the Orville returned from its 2-week hiatus, and now it's going to go back to 3 weeks for the last 3 episodes of the season. And my prediction was sort of right, but also sort of wrong. And the episode was a bit of an emotional one, something you don't expect usually from the parody of a Star Trek series, but I think it's starting to grow a little more away from parody. I think it's starting to become on its own footing, where it's supposed to be. And it's going above and beyond Star Trek in some aspects, at least now with the Discovery. And if I go into any more, it would spoil the episode, but you clicked on this anyway, so there was your warning. The relationship that Gordon formed was much better than the one that Riker had of his hologram because, well, an alien made it. And then he knew it was fake going in. And it was kind of like Geordi's, because where it was a real person, he just never met her, but she was still alive. Gordon's, there was no way he could ever meet her. She died 400 years ago. And after this episode, I can kind of see some people actually putting phones inside of time capsules like their old ones. I wouldn't, because it'd be very boring. It'd be a bunch of random memes, and my text messages are like, okay, yep, bye, yep, okay. I don't really say much on texts. I mean, people might get crap out of my books because there's lots of notes about about my writings on the thing, but it wouldn't be much worthwhile to anybody. So now we're going to get to the recap. If you're stopping here, thanks for watching, and yeah, it may be pixelated, but I had to do it because I didn't want to wait for the pictures from TV time to be uploaded. That's going to be like 3 a.m., and I wanted to get this done and out. Ever since Isaac's episode with the our first part of Identity, every time a new episode of the Orville airs, it makes me a little more upset that nothing for the Orville is out there. They did release the soundtrack on CD for the first season, very limited run, and I was able to find it on eBay. And they obviously have the first season only on DVD, not Blu-ray, so you can't watch it in high definition. But there's literally nothing for the series. Have you noticed that? No, like, toys, no pins. There's, like, stuff the fans have made. You think Fox would have tried to implement it, but maybe since because of the Disney merger, they didn't want to bother wasting any money, and they wanted to just let Disney handle that aspect. The actress that played the dead girl did a good job. She is a pretty decent singer, and the second time Gordon has sung now, the guy who plays him. I think his real name's like Grimm or something. I'm horrible with names of people unless I hear it over and over and over again. And Seth, he's the one that on the crew that you expect to be the singing person, and he's not. I guess as everybody's expecting it, he's not going to. But it's the second time that Gordon has done it, and he does a fine job. I wonder if he ever tried to do professional singing, or there's just a lot of actors learn how to sing because that's a part of acting, as if you do a musical or something. The side story of Bortus and, not Topa, that's his son's name, Clyden, getting addicted to cigarettes because people put cigarettes in a time capsule. That was funny, seeing them pissing people off because of the smell, and then they're fighting over it because they're addicted and they can't get over it. And the doctor finally does get something to cure them of their addiction. In the middle of our fighting, I was pretty shocked they didn't mention something like, "What are you guys doing, foreplay?" or something. But yeah, it was a entertaining episode, emotional episode from the highs and the lows. It's a shame Gordon can't find anybody. I still say that he should probably try to see about dating Talia, because when he walked in to turn over his friend, she seemed interested enough and she smiled at the thought of him wanting to take her out on a drink, so you should give it a try. I mean, I know he sees her as a friend, but every time you talk to somebody about their boyfriend or their girlfriend or whatever, they'll say that, oh, that's my best friend. So, you never know. And John just must be a player, because he's always talking about how he has all these different girlfriends and everything, but yet you never see him with anybody. Oh wait, that's a scratch. He was dating that girl that they bowled with when Isaac came in to talk about wanting to date the doctor. Never mind. Sorry about that. But you think she'd be a little more... They try to make her a little more interactive, or maybe they just figure it's like Clyden, they want to keep him off the side, but then Clyden's been more interactive too. So what'd you think of tonight's episode? And comment down below. Obviously I'm going to have my disliker, so hi disliker. And on to the recap. So with TV Time, the app I use to do this, being garbage now, and I'm no longer having the screenshots, the recap portion of these will no longer be how they were, showing you basically entire images, because as you will see if you're a subscriber of mine, sometime tomorrow, there'll be a special recap and review of the series The Rookie for the episode that aired on Tuesday, and that will be 4 whole days after the episode airs. It's not going to get many views, I already know this, so there's not going to be really a purpose, because that's how long it would take me to do it, and even a day after the episode airs. So it airs late Thursday night. By late Friday night, the video won't be seen by anybody, really. So what's the point? Unless it's just you want to talk about it for yourself. So this episode starts with a historian, funny enough, played by Tuvok, the guy that played Tuvok on Star Trek Voyager, showing up because he needs the Orville to help him take a time capsule that they recently found from 2015 to a museum. In the time capsule, though, they find an old cell phone. The old cell phone doesn't work, though. John and Gordon take the phone down to engineering and get the phone working. And it ends up having a full history in the life, well, at least for the life of that phone, of a girl that lived in 2015. Gordon takes the phone to the holodeck and has it make a program based off the phone, the information on it. And sadly, he falls in love with the girl. The B storyline. Within the same time capsule, there are cigarettes. Bortus and Clyden create a cigarette from the food manipulator, and they get addicted on the cigarettes. And it starts pissing everybody off. And they even start to get sick from it. Well, not like sick, but it gets bad enough for their addiction that they have to see the doctor. But no one smoked in hundreds of years. She has to create the synthesizer that would fix their addiction. Whoops. Gordon takes the crew, gets so enthralled with this date that he tries to convince the crew that, just like Isaac, this girl is real. And she takes them to a party where they get dressed up in like normal clothes that we'd wear nowadays. And Tala wears a hipster clothes because, hide the ears and the forehead. Kind of like Spock had to wear that headband. And they're all getting freaked out by this, how, he's coming late to work, he's really falling in love with this girl. But she gets back together with her boyfriend, just like it happened in real life. And Gordon tries to manipulate it by deleting the boyfriend. But that changes the girl, makes her no longer the person that she loved. Instead of being a girl who hates her job and wants to be a singer, she now loves her job and is deathly afraid of singing. She has horrible stage fright. The guy who Gordon deleted made her the girl he fell in love with. So, and now that he's changed something, it is no longer the program. It is no longer something that she created. It is something he created. Excuse me. Clyden and Bortus get to a point where they're so addicted that they start fighting, and they actually start beating each other up. The doctor comes in just before after they break their dining room table at dinner because they're fighting that badly over the addiction. And when she comes walking in, it gives them the synthesizer and they get back to normal. Gordon goes up and sings on stage of her one last time before he leaves the holodeck. Well, they take a photo with her on the phone that she put in the time capsule because she's burying it the next day or the next week. And he lies to her and tells her that he's got a job somewhere else. And I would have ended it with... The only thing I would have changed from this episode is I would have ended it with him, after the photo taken, saying, computer, end program, and delete. Just to... Because, he doesn't need it anymore. She's moved on with her life. And, it's already played out. It's not like it's some live thing. It's just the computer making what should have happened. And once the phone runs out of data, it only has a week left. You don't need the program anymore. And it would have been a nice little sappy ending instead of just the singing part. Because you would have showed him being left alone in the holodeck. Would have really drove home the emotional side of the story. I can thank the whatever torrent site these images came from, because they're the ones that actually did it. Once again, TV Time is officially garbage now to me. It is almost 4 a.m., and they still have not done it. And this thing airs at 8. It used to be aired at 8. The things would be on by midnight. It is happening for multiple shows. So, sadly, this is going to be the recaps from now on, because if I did a nice one like you see tomorrow for The Rookie, it's going to be the videos aren't going to be seen by anybody. I'll judge it based on how The Rookie does. And I'll come out with another one that will take this audio and do an official recap like I do with The Rookie. And if that one gets any kind of traction, I'll do it that way. Because if it can wait a day, because it wouldn't be up until like Saturday, because Friday I'd get up, I have to do something on Friday in the afternoon, and then I have to go to work late at night. So, I only got 4 hours, and if I can get it done in that time, yay. If I can't, hey, it has to go up on Saturday then, just like The Rookie. I was working on it, I am almost done, and then I have to go to work. Have a good one.